Okay, now
I
let
have
me
a
check the
I have a
map
fun
so I
little
get this
story.
right.
If you don't mind me talking for a minute while you play.
Yeah,
Chris.
go for it. I'm gonna look at a map. So
Okay, so like
Tell it like it is, Garrett.
I
Tell it
think
like
like
it is, Ragter. Okay, I'll
shit,
let you talk.
11 years. No, I was trying to figure out the number. I think like 11 years ago, DC came out with a MMO game for
Like the comic book company?
exactly
DC Witch Killer.
Okay.
and it was called DC Universe, and you could make your own superhero and fight alongside Batman and Green Lantern and Superman. You could also be a bad guy, which was really cool. You could fight alongside the Joker and Lex Luthor. But the game stank. But the worst part of it for me is that the game on the box says play this with a controller, and I didn't have a USB controller. So I went to the GameStop to pick up the game, and the guy was like, "Oh well, if you use this one, you'll have a lot of fun." And it was a Mad Catz USB controller, and I plugged it in, and it immediately had controller drift. Like so in the game you can pick how you move around, and one of them is like being able to fly like Superman, or you can run really fast like the Flash, or you can have a grappling hook like Batman in case you're lame.
Okay.
So I obviously picked flying because I'm not lame.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
The problem was that because of my controller drift, I would fly around and my character would just sort of start spinning in the air, like Chris has done with his free falling, 0G free falling. And it's a game where you have to aim. Yeah, I am Superman. So you have
Imagine like Superman movies, but he's just thrashing around in the air.
I really like that visual. Like the cape is over his head and he's stuck.
He's just really struggling to move.
He's like a cat that can't find its way out of the blankets on the bed.
These light bulbs kill you.
Yes, they sound like a bug zapper for a reason.
Okay.
So the other thing with DC
I'm just gonna interject with a little bit of commentary for the game, very quick. Like,
please do.
There are two very well, there's the path with these lights through this area, and that isn't that difficult, but a single mistake is very easy to make. And then there's a path there's a very intense path with a bunch of daddy long legs, and the gravity shifts on and off. I actually almost did it perfectly my first try, and then after that it took me like, I don't think I ever actually completed it after that. I lost to like the last jump, and then I never got anywhere close to that. And I'm taking a path that circumvents both of the hard things.
Okay.
And I would highly recommend this path.
If you want to have fun, do this one.
Okay. Alright, we're good. That's all I got. Let's roll.
So the other thing with DC Universe, like I was started, you have to aim your abilities. It's not like World of Warcraft.
You have to what your abilities?
Aim them.
Okay.
Which was very, very revolutionary.
Like your attacks and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't have to do that in World of Warcraft?
No, in World of Warcraft...
Is it aimbot?
You click on an enemy, and then your character is, like, locked onto them, so to speak.
Okay.
So, the fact that I had controller drift meant that I would, like, shoot my hand lasers or throw my psychic blasts, and they would just not hit. They would hit. There was destructible terrain in that game, and they would just blow up a dumpster or throw a desk. They wouldn't get the goons.
I think you guys are gonna like this area.
I'm excited.
I have the ability to do this.
Whoa! What?
It's a gravity sphere.
Oh, it's what is that like? Ori in the Blind Forest?
I never played that game. Hey, it launched me where I need to go, actually.
Nice.
Wait, is this where I need to go? Hold on. It's actually not. But it's very close. Oh, well, no. Let me just mess up instead. Alright, I don't need those. I just need their momentum.
Oh, excuse me.
And the... Okay. That's not quite what I was going for. This time. Why can I not do this? I'm very inept.
It's okay, Chris. I'm inept too.
There we go.
We have so many good words between all three of us.
Yeah, so this whole area is just really hard, but they have one path that lets you circumvent all the difficult things.
I
Are the
mean,
difficult things like fun, or are they just kind of difficult?
The bug zapper's okay. I'm not big on the gravity daddy long legs thing. That
Oh,
kind
the
of
one where the gravity turns on and off.
Yeah. I was gonna try and find it on the map, but that'll just take too long. It's not worth it. It's a much shorter area. It's just way more difficult.
Mhm.
I like the gimmick of this area, but once there's a bunch of things that kill you, I like it a lot less.
as you do.
I don't think it really
I feel like-
allows for
I
the
feel like
precision you want.
I would like this game a lot if it was a little more calm.
Yeah. There's an easy mode, and it's really not any easier. Really. It's a little bit easier. But I would honestly recommend just starting on the normal difficulty.
Ah, loud noises.
That freaked me out.
I wasn't expecting it to be that loud either, I'm not gonna lie to you. But there's gonna be more of that, so get used to it.
Oh no.
Not a whole lot. There shouldn't be.
Oh, excuse me.
Time to
I remember
spin.
how many rooms like that we need to go
Or
through.
Superman.
There shouldn't be a lot. We're in the memory conflux now of this skyscraper.
This is just a big computer.
It might be a big computer. So
Now this is
map is
epic
very
gamer
simple.
time.
yeah, you just go. I think I just go up here and then I go left, and that's it. We just wait.
Yeah,
that seems right.
I said it before, but I really do keep getting I keep forgetting we're supposed to be recording because I just sit and watch the game for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really. This game has really cool visuals.
It does.
Yeah.
This is a huge area. There's not much to it. It's just a lot of this, I'm pretty sure. But we can skip like all of it. We're just passing through.
Blub, blub, blub.
All right, we're pretty much done now with this area.
It's the weird
we're,
arm.
We're done with
thing.
all the hard
Does that,
parts.
Does that hurt you? Does the whacking
It's just,
flailing tube man hurt you?
It's don't talk about that. That's a sore spot for me right now, Tyler.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
There's a it's just like a, what are those called? Like little, it's just like a little bar that you can climb, except it moves. All right, this is gonna be loud. I didn't get my info right.
Monkey bars?
I mean, yeah, that works. Pole is the word I couldn't think of.
Ladder? Oh, okay.
Tiny
not quite a ladder.
ladders.
It's not a ladder. It's just one. It's like one. Oh, it's not even a rung on the ladder. It's just one of the side supports, but not the other one. What was I saying? I was about to say something and I completely lost whatever it was. What were we talking about?
I forgot.
The game has nice visuals.
Oh,
It does
yeah.
have nice
It
visuals.
really does.
All right. It still doesn't remind me of what I was trying to say, but we're here now.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna float. Just enjoy.
Let us float.
This is definitely one of the more showy areas in the game. Climb this thingy.
It reminds me of when
I'm not making any progress here. I've grabbed onto the top of it. Somehow that has helped me.
like, you know the meme where someone has a big idea or a good idea and the like calculations and theorems and
Just a guy like
the
in front of them.
mathematical symbols.
yeah, mathematical
Yeah.
symbols all start flying by. That's what that reminds me of.
It's getting louder.
Oh my god. I'm gonna back away from the microphone and flinch until this is done. Just like this.
I might turn this down.
I'm really scared.
I mean, it shouldn't be loud this long, or very long.
All right, just hang in there, audience.
I'm frightened.
Hey,
I mean-
you too, Garen.
You can turn it down in post.
I can't,
Garen,
Why?
because it's linked to you.
Just turn us down too.
if you right-click on your screen, you can turn it down for yourself.
Hey, you're right.
I can put a limit. I'll put a limiter on this, so I know how to do that now. I'm a very good YouTuber. Oh God, no. We're almost through the area. Don't worry. I'm just not traversing it very well.
turn it back.
What is happening?
Story time.
Yay.
Yay. What is that, GLaDOS?
Oh, right, we're really fast. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, we can't understand them.
There's gonna be very small text on screen. Give it some time.
I just looked over and it's Tyler playing Wizard 101.
I've never played Wizard 101, but I sure like setting my Discord status to say I am.
I was Chris Anvil Finder in Wizard 101.
Can you read that text, Chris?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you had like a little codex of the language.
No, sir. He's trying a bunch of different languages to communicate with us.
Oh.
That's cool.
That's the big one.
M.
EMM. Don't put me on that map. Stop. Stay away from me.
That was a sick beat he had.
Oh, this might be loud.
Oh no.
Now, the small text has arrived. I don't know why it's this small.
Oh, it's so tiny. I need my glasses. Oh, but I don't know if my glasses are still good for me. They give me headaches.
Just put your eye against the screen.
No, that's worse for me. I have to be far away to see. I'm farsighted.
I have to move away from my mic so I can shove my eye against the screen here. These pearls are mine. Oh, wait. I cut him off and he repeated his last line. Oh, he turned the gravity back off. Oh, no. He's just forcing me away.
He said
Fine.
bye.
I'll see you later. Okay. So I will do some lore explanation, but I think I'm gonna have to physically sit still and do it.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, this area gives you a long walk to reflect, essentially. Except it won't be that long of a walk for us, really, at all. I guess I can begin with.
It is 5 times shorter than normal.
And you know, being at 20%, not a whole lot.
20% what?
Of the length that it normally would be.
Yes, yes.
Probably a little bit less because we don't have to worry about jumping. Oh god, smack my head.
Smack my head.
So is this just one big computer?
Yes, essentially.
Was it the computer for the little man?
The
Little man.
Yeah, the
Who
guy
is
who's
the
talking
little
to
man?
us in the room.
The computer was the little man.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was asking.
Is that the
Yes.
graphics card?
No, it's symbolism.
Oh.
It's
Ew,
actually
get it
probably
away
not
from me.
symbolism. It's so this all kind of goes around the Buddhist thing. I don't know a lot about Buddhism or like anything, but
I
in
don't
this
know
world,
a lot
I'm gonna
about
crawl.
Buddhism or like anything.
Ow. All right, let's take a nappy.
In UK slang, that means you'd be taking a diaper.
That's the goal.
Hell yeah, my guy.
Okay. So in this world, when you die, your cycle ends and then you start a new one.
Okay.
So like, and I don't know, it's pretty reincarnation-y to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It just is reincarnation.
The people the ancients who built this guy, they were looking for a way to end their cycling and to ascend
That's more
as they saw it. And there is a... should I include this yet?
Hold
I'll probably
on.
leave this for the end.
Hold on, the symbols are different now.
Yes, we...
On here?
Oh, we got one for sleeping with a pearl.
No,
If you
no, no.
sleep
I
with
mean
3
like
pearls,
the
this one.
the ones on the dial.
Yeah,
it's an
I'll
X
get into
now.
that.
Okay.
Well, actually, I won't get into that till later. But
Okay.
yes, he did give us more levels of karma.
I really like how
these are
cute
higher
our,
levels.
our character is.
Yes,
So do
he's
I.
nice. I'm a big fan. Get these pearls and go. All right, we don't jump very high. I forget. I haven't interacted with like regular physics in a while. It's strange. Dang it. I'm trying to plant one of these things in the ground by doing a backflip, but I can't make it happen. There we go.
It's okay, Chris. I can't do a backflip either.
Anyway, they were looking for a way to ascend,
Uh-huh.
and there is an old way, which is what he told us to go do. We'll find out more about that later. But they built him to find a safer way to ascend and to
Ugh.
solve the problem of endless cycles.
Lazy.
Since that point, all the ancients are gone. It doesn't exactly explain why. Perhaps they all ascended.
And the ancients are humans.
I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Oh my god. This game's got aliens.
We don't really know what they are.
It's just
pretty
nothing
sure.
says.
Yeah, they're just the ancients.
I love
This is very loud.
I love the like shocked look on your character's face as he stands and watches that happen to him. Like, whoa,
We're gonna
man.
spend the rest of this walk crawling, so it doesn't go too fast.
Okay.
All right. Those guys. So all the ancients are gone,
Uh-huh.
and now these guys, the iterators of what they're called, are left here with the task of solving it, which some think is unsolvable. And
Would it be
they
either,
have
either it has been solved or it's unsolvable? If they all ascended,
I-
would that mean that
do
they
I-
have solved it?
well, they might have done it the old way.
Okay.
Or they die forever.
Or
Which is the goal, so
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
mean, like,
guess.
because Buddhism does have a hell.
it does.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
there's a
I don't think
really-
anything insinuates that.
There's a really famous story. I might get the details a little wrong, but I think you'll find this interesting. Because a Skyward Sword dungeon is inspired by this.
Okay.
So
Oh, is it the one with the...
the one
okay,
with the water, yeah.
Yeah.
So Tyler, the
Yes.
story goes that one day, Buddha was having a nice walk, and he looked down and into hell because he's Buddha, and he saw that there was a thief, but he was a thief who was not beyond redemption, and his heart had the potential for goodness. So Buddha said, "Hey, I'll rescue you from hell." And he sent a spider's thread down into hell for the sinner to grab onto.
Uh-huh.
And the sinner grabs on to the spider's thread and starts to climb out of hell. Well, other souls in hell notice that this guy's trying to leave, and they're like, I want some of that too. I want to get out of here. And other souls start grabbing onto the spider's thread and starting to climb after the thief. And the thief says, no, no. If you're all on this thread, I'm not gonna get out of here. You gotta get off. And he starts to kick at the other souls, and he's shaking and a wiggling. And the thread snaps, and they all fall down into hell. And Buddha's like, well, I tried.
So here in the background is the City of the Ancients. I just want to point that out because it's going to not be there in a minute.
It's California.
As you can see, it is empty.
New York.
Yeah, that one. One of them. I don't know. Probably none of them, actually. It's above the clouds.
Los Angeles.
Oh, those are clouds?
No. They might be, actually. I'm not sure.
How is the lore delivered in this game?
We'll find out shortly.
Oh, okay.
Like very shortly.
Kira, do you happen to know if in Buddhism what is the word that they use for hell?
I don't. Hang on, I'll look it up.
Is it like
subscribe.
Biblical hell?
Buddhist.
And also subscribe. While you're at it.
So, the reason why they don't like the old way is because if you have too much of an ego, then they have horror stories of people that do not fully transcend, such as this guy. He's stuck halfway between the ascended spirit world or whatever and the regular world.
Oh.
He's called an echo, I think. I think that's right. They just kind of you find them and they monologue.
You gotta give
and
them
they give you.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
They'll give you one level of karma.
You gotta find him and give him
at
a
a
push
time.
like Winnie the Pooh.
And then you wake up.
I was
before you
ignored.
started. I don't know how do I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't push Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, you gotta do. You get
You
stuck.
cannot push. Dude, don't push that dude.
He gets stuck in
That
Rabbit's
dude's crazy.
house, and they gotta push him out.
That is a bear.
What is happening?
Don't push a bear.
As Chris and I find about the implications of pushing Winnie the Pooh.
How did this start? I'm really confused.
Winnie the Pooh.
Don't push a bear.
Hang on, I get it.
No, don't link a video. I'm not aiming at a video. Stop.
Video, just getting a picture.
Don't
Look.
do that either.
You won't have to get it. Look, it's
Describe it visually.
just to prove my point to Tyler.
Okay, I'll look at it. Chris doesn't have to.
It's
You can describe it, Tyler.
Okay,
All right, let's get
I'll
some
try.
loud water noise again.
try my best.
loud water. Here you go, Tyler. Here's Winnie the Pooh being stuck, and Rabbit's trying to push him out.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, me too.
Alright, so...
I'm just saying you shouldn't push a bear.
Yeah, but Winnie the Pooh needs it.
What you need isn't necessarily what's best for you.
Okay. So here's what hell is described as on Wikipedia for Buddhism. It is called...
Buddhist wiki.
Yes!
Hey, I'm here too. Naraka.
Naraka.
That page? Yeah.
Yeah. It is a
That's
term
you?
used in Buddhist cosmology, usually referred to in English as hell or purgatory. The Narakas of Buddhism are closely related to Diyu, the hell in Chinese mythology. A Naraka differs from the hell of Christianity in two respects. First, beings are not sent to Naraka as a result of divine judgment or punishment. And secondly, you do not stay there forever, though it is usually incomprehensibly long, from hundreds of millions to sextillions of years. A being is born into a Naraka as a direct result of its accumulated karma, and resides there for a finite period of time until that karma has achieved its full result. After its karma is used up, it will be reborn in one of the higher worlds as a result of the karma that is not yet ripened.
I don't think those are clouds, Tyler. I think that's ground.
I thought you said it was above the clouds.
This is above the clouds, but I think it's ground above the clouds. Like,
Okay.
made, built.
All right.
We're gonna take the silver pearl. Actually, we're not gonna do anything with it really, but we are gonna take it.
If you think about it, a sextillion years is an infinitely small
Let's
fraction
roll.
of infinity.
It's true.
We're back. Let's go. Wait, no, not back there. Well, actually, we can go back there because he's gone now.
I'd rather be punished for a sextillion amount of years. You know, 6 sextillion is fine.
No, Garrett, it's not punishment.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out how you get there.
Then eternity, because eternity literally has no end. Like God has
Yes.
said, you live down here forever. But like 6 sextillion years, I can do that.
Oh wait, look. You can see. I've never noticed that. There's other little
Oh,
outcroppings in the background.
That's really
there's
cool.
there's loads of you. What if each one has a tiny cat slug in it?
Oh. Okay, so this is the wall. You can also enter this area by climbing the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get to a high enough point, the rain will no longer affect you because you're above the clouds.
Ah.
That's also a lore thing. I'll save that. But I will explain more lore shortly once we figure out how you get it.
Okay.
Um,
Swoosh.
It's a lot faster to go down the wall than it is to go up the wall.
I imagine that's
And I
usually how
believe
things
this
go.
is one of a couple areas where there are clear lizards, or the white lizards. They're not clear. Well, they kind of are clear, but they're called white lizards.
Are those like the crystal lizards in Dark Souls? I'm sorry, please continue.
Maybe.
I won't do that again.
I'll restrain myself. I think this is one of the few areas where their aggression level is turned up,
Oh,
but we're not going to get to them yet.
So-
we're actually going to use one of our teleports.
that's not like Dark Souls at all. They're scared and run from you in that game.
I think we're actually going to take this opportunity to turn the volume down too, because you can't do it from the end of the game.
What?
You have to go back to the menu.
That's so strange.
Yeah. I believe that's correct. I think we tried last time and also failed last time.
Well, Chris turns the volume down. I'm gonna be right back because I have to go to the bathroom and do my
All
Duolingo.
right. Well, I'm going to continue. In the bathroom?
Sometimes.